Hello, I'm DK Singh. Telangana election campaign is in full swing, and I'm here in Hyderabad to bring you a slice of what's happening on the ground. I've brought a very eminent guest for you who knows the pulse of Telangana like nobody else. Mrs. K Kavitha, a Bharat Rashtramanti legislator. She is also the daughter of Chief Minister K Rao, but I will not emphasize on that because she is a very big leader in her own right, what you call a woman of substance, who has been a very strong advocate of a party in the state and at the center. Kavitaji, thank you so much for coming on our show. Let me come straight to something that is being talked about nationally. The C voter survey, which actually shows the BRS falling behind the Congress.
Well, see, voter survey said the same thing in the last election in 2018 as well, but they miserably failed. So now it is time for the nation to look at other proper survey agencies and credible survey agencies. Because last time not only see voters, but three other surveys also said the same thing, but we came back with thumping majority. So this time also we will repeat ourselves, but with only a greater number of seats and votes.
And what do your father's astrologers say?
See, my father is a very, very religious person and not so much belief into astrology, but religious calendar he follows quite a bit. And blessings of all the people and gods are there with us and people of Telangana. So certainly we will come back to the government.
Let me come to the opinion poll again. Another thing everybody is talking about, numbers, maybe you may not agree with the numbers, but what everybody is looking at is the slide of the BJP, because BJP was being seen as your principal challenger. Suddenly, survey may or may not be right on that, but what do you think? Has it become the third party today, or is it still your principal challenger?
Well, I should very respectfully tell you that sitting in Delhi, people assumed that BJP had anything to do with uh, people getting people's love in Telangana, which was never the case. Because when you look at the numbers of 2018, 105 places BJP had lost deposit. This time in all 119 they will lose deposit. That is what we are working towards. So that was the stature of BJP, getting no deposits in 105 seats of a 119 seat assembly. So what did they ever have to stake claim of? They never had anything to even slide back. So fundamental notion of BJP having anything, BJP ever becoming a principal opposition to BRS was never existing. But Delhi media picked it up because Amit Shah ji did a lot of rallies here, Modi ji came here once or twice, many of their chief ministers constantly visit Telangana trying to make some noise in the media. Looks like it worked in their favor, at least to create a perception. But the reality on the ground is they had lost deposits in 105 seats in 2018. This time again, I don't think they'll be able to improve their performance at all.
But they did win Dubaca by poll, Huzurabad, Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation elections, so they did pretty well. So that ascendancy was clear.
No, see, Dubbaka by poll, yes, I agree. We lost with a very, very small margin. But again, there is a lot of symbol management that happened. We lost a lot of votes to symbols looking like car. Munugod election was also a high pitch election where we won. After Dubbaka, after a little bit better performance of BJP in GHMC, we won two very huge elections in the state that BJP doesn't talk about. Nagarjun Sagar by poll we won, Munugod by poll we won. And now the interesting thing is Munugod by-poll candidate, who was their star candidate, who got around 90,000 votes, now is going into Congress. So imagine the situation of BJP. So the person who got 90,000 votes, who got the maximum votes in the state, which they can possibly ever imagine, that candidate himself is going to Congress. So imagine the situation of BJP in this state. So it is non-existent.
How do you explain the rise of the Congress? Because we didn't really see the party working on the ground all these years, and suddenly it's been talked about.
No, we've always spoken about it. We said Congress will always be our principal opponent, but a very distant principal opponent, and I still stand by it. Tomorrow, you'll see after the results, BRS will come back to power with greater number, but Congress will remain very distant to us. They won't be a principal opposition. They'll be in opposition, but a very distant opposition. That always remained a factor in Telangana. It is always a factor, and BJP has no place. It is either Congress or BRS in
So it's
Telangana.
believed that Karnataka result made a big contribution to the, rise.
Morale.
And it's also been talked about that, Muslims may be consolidating behind the Congress this time.
DKG, Muslims of Telangana love our CM because nobody ever had addressed to the social issues of Muslims in a very objective manner. Congress forever used them as voting machines. They never treated them as human beings who have real issues. Nothing. It was always election management with Muslims for the Congress. But for TRS, it is not like that. For TRS, we have worked on the education of Muslims. We have worked specifically on the education of Muslim women. We have worked to remove the poverty in the Muslim areas. We have first time gone inside the Muslim areas and worked from the roads to getting water to every household to reaching out to them in every possible manner. In fact, it is an emotional connection of KCR and Muslims. We are the only CM who celebrated Ramzan at the state level. Earlier, Ramzan celebrations for the Congress party was just a show off. इफ्तार पार्टी होता है या तो सीएम के घर में या तो गवर्नर के घर में सभी लोग जाते हैं देन दे फॉरगेट अबाउट इट बट टुडे poorest of the poor Muslim people get clothes from the government like poorest of the poor Hindu women get clothes on Batukama, like poorest of the poor Christians get clothes for Christmas. This is Telangana. Telangana where Ganga Jamna Tehzeeb exists, and a Muslim family is happy that we are tolerant towards everybody. A Hindu family is today happy, a Christian family is today happy. So we carry the bouquet of religions with us with a lot of pride. That is the emotional connect of Telangana people with every community. So Muslims voting for Congress is nothing but a myth. Congress is living in a dream which will turn out to be a daydream. It will never come true because Muslims are connected with KCR at an emotional level. And the respect of giving Urdu the official language status, why did not Congress think about it in the 65 years that they ruled this state? They never respected Urdu. Was there ever even a single statement about Urdu language, its protection, giving it an official status? In fact, when we hoist our national flag in Golconda, the pride that Muslims take in KCR, nobody ever imagined that it could happen. So the respect matters. We always said development with dignity is our motto. Development is not doles. We don't give doles. We treat people with a lot of dignity. It could be old age, it could be Muslims, it could be the Shadi Mubarak scheme that we give, it could be the educational institutes that we have created. Starting from the menu to the school dress to the shoes, our CM decides. So it is not that some officer sitting in some low rung level will decide this is the menu for a Muslim minority hostel, like how Congress used to do. I'll just give you one example. My Nizamabad district right now has 15 BC welfare hostels today after Telangana is formed. And the number of BC welfare hostels that the Congress gave us in the 65 years of their rule was 1. And my adjacent district, Karimnagar, now has 35 BC welfare hostels. Earlier in Congress rule, we had 1. So imagine the disparity in development. Imagine the understanding of our Honorable CM to reach out to the people with a lot of dignity and love. See, we fought for the state for a decade. We have a lot of compassion for the development of the state. For us, it is not election. For us, it is our home. We need to put it in proper shape. We need to take it to the levels where every person living in Telangana will feel pride to be a Telanganaite. Winning an election, losing an election, that is the last thing on our mind. We always work for the next generation that Muslims of Telangana understand, and that is why there is an emotional connection with KCR. So Congress trying to grab some seats, they might try, but every sincere, honest, pro-development person in this state, irrespective of whether he's a Hindu, Muslim, he's a BCOC, doesn't matter. They will vote for BRS.
But the general perception was that probably the Hindutva politics is working because we saw the BJP winning 4 Lok Sabha seats in 2019. The vote share went up from 7% to 20%?
Yes.
Then GHMC polls. All these things were being attributed to the rising Hindutva sentiment in Telangana. How do you look at that?
Well, 2019 election across the nation, if you look at it, BJP came back with much more number. BJP for the first time created a history that it is the single largest party with 300 plus seats. That was never happened in this nation. So Telangana was not an exemption at that point of time. I personally lost in that election. Yes, there was a wave of Hindutva upspring, and Modi and most of these, tactics also were played, especially against me. They fielded about 186 candidates, and my election is one which is recorded in the history of Election Commission of India. So they fielded
They
186.
misused
BJP, directly BJP.
186 candidates.
186 candidates, which led to 24 EVMs. So 1 lakh votes just got scattered. I lost. Mine is a technical loss. Forget my loss. But ultimately, BJP winning is a national phenomena. From then, you are right, there was an upswing for 1.5 year. Post that, when you see today, right now, on the ground, BJP is not able to find candidates. And the candidate, Rajgopal Reddy, who got 90,000 votes 6 months back, ran away into Congress. Now, so imagine what is the decline of BJP. So that was a upswing, that was a swell, it was not the strength. So it just swelled for a moment and it went back.
Generally, again, especially the Congress have seen, they have been targeting you, saying that you are hand in glove with the BJP. And so is something, always, I mean, that's been the Congress's allegation all these months.
See, Congress alleges the same thing in every state to every party. Whoever is against Congress has to be a BJP B team. Now, BJP says the same thing about us. You are the Congress B team. So, the point here is any third force emerging, both BJP and Congress cannot digest, and they'll have to say something. But I'll ask you a straight question, DKG. You sit in Delhi, you understand the politics of Delhi, you are a senior reporter. Why is ED not acting on Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi today, you tell me? Is BJP and Congress hand in glove? From my state, at least 15 ministers, the then erstwhile ministers, were called by ED, were examined. Ki, how did you fund this entire National Herald thing? What happened to that case? Why? How many days was he? Yeah, exactly.
Interestingly, this is also been talked about.
Exactly.
Why has Kavitha not been arrested? Congress leaders are saying.
Why has Rahul Gandhi not been arrested? That is my simple question. Why? What happened to that entire National Herald investigation? So today, if Congress wants to blame me that nothing happened in my case, because nothing is there, and I'm not saying that anything is there in National Herald. I don't know. I don't know if there is anything or not. But if you are alleging someone that you are hand in glove with BJP just because your case is not being, but what about your case? Why is Rahul ji's, Sonia ji's National Herald case on, back burner right now? What is happening there?
This so-called liquor scam, what the agency is saying. Now suddenly your name figured there, and they're talking about this certain group. How is it affecting your politics?
Well, it only exposes the Bharatiya Janata Party and the way they are misusing the agencies. It's very unfortunate because Congress opened the windows, these guys opened the doors, and literally, I think, removed even the walls of any limit of government excesses that to tackle their opponents. Today, as we speak, I think there are raids in Rajasthan happening on the Rajasthan Chief Minister's son. So when election is there, ED is there. Before Modi, ED goes. This is what every person understands today. बच्चा बच्चा जानता है देश का कि election है तो मोदी से पहले ED जाएगा. So simple बात है. So my name surfacing in some distant scam somewhere that has happened. Nobody even knows if it is a scam or not. It has happened or not. So that is just a tactics of BJP that people understand today.
How did it affect you personally, politically?
Well, personally, when you say I am a very brave person, I am from a political family, I understand that there could be sudden issues which you'll have to tackle. But an issue like this and the aftermath of the BJP troll army jumping on me, calling me names, yes, it took a little time to understand, but I know in my heart and in my soul I've done nothing wrong. So that is what I told the people day one, that I've done nothing wrong, I'm going to come clean out of it. But see, the process is the punishment in cases like this. So the whole process of ED giving a leak here, CBI giving a leak there, the whole of the BJP political clan from top to bottom talking about this scam despite having a specific court order to not speak about this. So, no respect for courts, no respect for dignity, no respect for a limit of how personal you can get to. Unfortunately, that is the BJP of today. It is not Vajpayee's BJP anymore. It is somebody else's BJP. So that is for the people of this nation to decide. But yes, I believe I became much more braver. I can take on the troll army in much better way, and they cannot deter us from fighting them. That much I can tell you.
Prime Minister Modi, when he was here in Telangana, in one of his speeches, he said that the chief minister wanted to join the NDA. He was desperate, and he said, "No, you're not joining the NDA." What is that?
See, my chief minister is the most outspoken chief minister in whole of the nation. If he really wants to join India, the first person he'll tell is the people of Telangana. Not Modi ji, not in a closed room, not ever. It is not his personality. It is not the way he operates. Simple fact. So Modi ji wants to create a controversy just before an election. He's done it in everywhere. If you remember, he went to Bengal and he said, 25 of your MLAs are in touch with me. So he has utter disregard to the political clan of this nation, unfortunately. But my father, my leader, is a very tall personality. We respect institutions, we respect the political process. We understand that people's love cannot be forced but has to be earned. And that, when these guys understand, then they'll speak in a different way. But these silly allegations, they won't affect KCR in any way.
Because the fact is, there was a time when your father was seen as very close to the government because your party always supported, at least in the first tenure or first term of the Modi government, you always cooperated with the centre when it came to bills in parliament. And that was when you were seen as a very friendly party. And suddenly there was a bitter fallout. I mean,
See,
what
with
happened?
other probably press people, I can't tell you this, but with you, I can tell you. You've seen me in Parliament in the first 5 years. Every day we were standing with some or the other placard. Every day we were fighting for the rights of Telangana. Every day we were demanding a separate high court. Every day we were shouting at the government for taking away our 9 mandals, giving it away to Andhra. Every day we were saying our backward region grant is not released, our GST is not released. Every day, literally, we were fighting with the central government for our rights that you have seen us do it in the parliament. When it came to bills, any of the bills, it could be the GST, it could be the demonetization. Demonetization, as the whole nation saw, we also saw it on the screen. We had no idea. Is there a legislative backup to demonetization, you tell me? The Prime Minister suddenly appears and calls the whole nation and just he announced it. There is no legislative background or no legislative backing. So this allegation of we supporting demonetization, who did not support demonetization, you tell me? Was there anything any CM could do? Did Jagan Mohan Reddy not support? Did any CM that time did not support? Did Kejriwal did not support? They had to, right? That Prime Minister comes on screen and says we are demonetizing, rupees are gone. So what are we supposed to do? As a reactive measure, we took care of our people. We made sure there were no lines on the ATMs. We made sure that there was no confusion in the people's minds. We made sure peace prevailed in the state. Who will not do that? Every CM has to do that. So this allegation of us supporting demonetization, nation was forced to support that decision. Nobody wanted it. Only BJP and Modi ji wanted it. He came, he announced, everybody supported him. Simple logic. A thing like GST, which was proposed by Congress, which Congress also supported in the parliament, they are alleging that we are supporting GST. Yes, everybody supported GST. You take out the list who did not support GST. And we are the number one state today in implementing GST and network. Show me one state which is matching Telangana today. We put a special task force to make our business people's life easier, our small and medium scale industrialist life easier, so that they can easily file their GST. It is a complicated procedure. We made it easy. We implemented the GST, and that's why our GST collections are good. Our GST and operation is good. That never goes offline in even 24 hours. So we made our people's life easier. Supporting the government, all the decisions that the government has made. We walked out on triple talaq bill. We did not support it. Which other things are there which no government supported, you tell me? We only did where we're forced. GST was not going to be stopped by BRS. But what BRS could have done? Support our people. We supported that. We did that.
Would you rule out any tie with the BJP or joining the NDA in future too?
Well, we have nothing to do with BJP. We don't subscribe to their ideology. We are not with them, unlike what Congress is trying to propagate right now. And we are not with INDA as well. We don't agree with Congress's ideology as well, because Congress is equal to corruption. Whenever they get power, they grab power, they try and make as much money as possible and make people's lives miserable. Both BJP and Congress are anti-farmer. We don't like them. That's why we're separate with both of them.
The general perception, probably after assembly elections, there is a possibility that the BRS and the BJP may decide to go together in the Lok Sabha election.
Why? Why would we do that? Telangana as a state today is the largest contributor to the GSDP of this nation. We have grown despite not having central government support. We have grown despite not having any political support whatsoever from Congress. Congress party never even 1 second stood up in the parliament and supported us in any of our causes. But we got our, right. We fought for it. We built the world's largest lift irrigation scheme. We are today a national party. Why will we support another national party? We will fight it out independently and we will see how many seats we will get. And this time we are very confident we will win all the parliament seats in our state. Because last time, what we could not notice was this upswing which suddenly captured the northern Telangana and we lost 4 seats in northern Telangana. This time we will not leave it to chance. We will work very hard. We will tell our people how this party has deceived us, both BJP and Congress, and we will come back.
But you're accused of playing freebie politics, or what Prime Minister Modi would call, revelry politics. Now, there's a very thin line between freebies and welfarism. But how do you defend this charge?
See, DKG, as I said, the tagline of Telangana was Atma Gauravamto Kudina Abhivruddhi. That means dignity along with development. That was our tagline during the movement also. We don't want to throw pension of 200 rupees at an old person and say you can live now. No, they can't. We understand. We did a practical calculation of a single woman or a single man, for him to survive in this country. What do they need? They need 740 rupees for them to eat 2 times a day. Then my leader said 740 rupees to eat, but what about medicine? What about transport? What about their basic necessities of getting around in the villages? What about their, taking care of their relationship? Chocolate dena hai bachon ko, to what will they do? That is why in the beginning we said let us give 1000, not 740. 740 was the calculation at that point of time, according to the inflation that many of the retired IAS officers gave us. We said no, but there is human relationship angle to it. So that is the scientific approach of the Telangana government. We just don't do anything just because we have to do it. The Congress government earlier used to give 200 rupees pension. Did they have any logic behind it? No. Today, many of the BJP ruled states give 700. They can't even bloody buy a cylinder in 700. What will they do? The cylinder rate is now gone up to 1100. So where will they buy it from? So there is no rationale behind both BJP and Congress party culture versus BRS culture. BRS is a very high-tech government. Our scheme of, Dharani scheme, where we bought in all the land records modernization, that is done by using blockchain technology. So that is a kind of rational approach this government has, both scientific, rational, plus a humanitarian approach. So this is BRS, it is not Revdi culture. It is a culture of welfarism with dignity, which will ultimately lead to development. Today, when you look at the numbers, DKG, the amount of capital investment that we make in the state, we are the number 1 in making capital investment, because we understand that we have to be prudent with the budget. We are very, very prudent with our budget, how we utilize, where we spend. So our CM believes in recharging the rural economy. That is why we give the pensions. And where is that pension money spent, you tell me? And that is why we give our farmers incentive. Where is it spent? So the money will come back into the system with much more development, with much more peace, with much more serenity in the whole society. And we believe in something called as velocity of a rupee. And this velocity of a rupee can be kicked in by infusing money into the villages. We are highly agrarian today. Even today, India is very highly agrarian. And these economic processes combined with the humanitarian approach, that is the approach of BRS. We do not give doles for oats. We do not give away Revdis for oats. As I said, once again I'll tell you, we work for next generation. because Telangana is our passion, compassion. We fought for it. Many people gave lives for it. So election is not a joke for us. Election is something very serious because we want to continue the development trajectory that the state is going on. Nobody else will understand Telangana like KCR does. So that is why we are campaigning very hard to tell the people that this cycle should go on. It cannot be broken.
I've traveled a bit in the state. One problem that keeps cropping in our conversations, especially among the youth, with the youth, is unemployment. That has been a major problem for Telangana, and then there is also this complaint about no class one recruitment for last 9 years. Jobs are there, vacancies are there, you're not able to fill it up. What's happening there?
Well, this is a world problem, isn't it? You tell me. America has the highest unemployment rate today. India has the highest unemployment rate today. And Telangana, we are able to manage it because one, rurally, we are able to engage a lot of youngsters. In urban areas, we got in a lot of private investment where we are able to engage most of the youth. We are training our youngsters to become entrepreneurs. There are many special schemes designed, and thousands of youngsters are taking advantage of it. We are the only government, I believe, who sent 8,000 kids to US, UK, and many nations by giving them scholarships. We are enabling our youngsters to dream bigger than the government jobs. But at the same time, we are the only state probably who gave away 2,25,000 government jobs. And yes, there could be issues of filling up, but I'll tell you one thing. This I might look like a small person, but then this is how small the opposition in Telangana is. Whenever we put a notification for any job, one or the other Congress fellow will go and file a petition in the case, a court. And that will drag on for years and years and years. Unfortunately, our courts don't decide very quickly on these matters. Whenever we want to build a project, one or the other Congress fellow will go and file a case. Polavaram, the Palamuru lift irrigation scheme, Congress has filed 192 cases on that one particular project. 192 cases. In Kaleshwaram project, Congress went and filed cases with even a dead person's name. That is how blind they are. They are opposing. They basically want to create unrest and then move on from there. That is how they operate. So when it comes to youth, whenever we come up with a notification, one or the other group goes to the court. And you can talk to any youth. I'll give you names of 10 different organizations where we conducted the examinations, results came in, and somebody or the other from the group only is going and putting cases. And I am personally working with so many of them, hundreds of youngsters who come to me, make them sit, talk to the officers, try to understand how quickly can it be solved, fighting cases on their behalf, pushing the government to fight cases on their behalf. We see people who have come into contact with the government, they understand. But other people who are preparing, they are getting carried away by this negative propaganda made by Congress. But it is ultimately the Congress who is the demon. It is ultimately the Congress who is the devil, because they are the ones who are going and filing cases, and that has been proved in number of instances, not once or twice. So we did not fail as a government. There is a conspiracy behind trying to showcase that the government has failed. But yet, we are the state government who has filled the maximum number of jobs in this country, government jobs.
KCR government in the first 2 terms, the government is known for doing welfarism. The opposition call them freebies, something like Raitu Bandhu, right from paying for the crop per acre to pension, health. There's so many schemes. I don't even remember all of them. So many of them.
I take it as a compliment.
Yeah. What next now in the next term? What is there for Telangana if we
well, as they say, good things only should increase, never stop. So we have enhanced most of the schemes. I mean, the outlay to the most of these schemes is enhanced now. Raitu Bandhu earlier, which we used to give 10,000, now we plan to give 16,000. But immediately after this election, when we come back to power, we promised that we will increase it by 2,000 and then gradually increase it up to 16,000. Same thing like pension, we are increasing it. Other than that, people of Telangana understand that largely the issue in Telangana is we have two major rivers. We have harnessed the strength of Godavari River, which is on the north of Telangana. We've built Kaleshwaram lift irrigation scheme. Now on the south of Telangana, the Palamuru, which the Congress has repeatedly stopped with cases, That we finally got all the cases cleared, and that is now going to kickstart. So once Palamuru also is finished, south of Telangana, north of Telangana, we will be the richest state of this country. Today, I think we are in competition with Punjab, very close competition, that we will surpass, and we will go much beyond Punjab. So idea among the people is that this path in which Telangana has taken up, by giving importance to agriculture, by making sure that the villages are thriving back again with all the traditional arts and crafts. As in, there is fisherman community. When Telangana was formed, we don't have access to sea in Telangana. We are heavily dependent on the lakes. So the moment we came to power, my leader's focus was to make sure that the fisherman community, which is traditionally into the fishing business, to strengthen their hands. So we started giving away free fish seed. Today, in the collective business that we made in the last 9 years of just the fisherman community, is 33,000 crores, because the investment was from the government. The benefit is of the fishermen. And same thing with the shepherd community. Same thing with the farmers. They're already farming, so we are strengthening their hands further. So this is called upskilling, and we are very good at it. So this is not ravedy, this is not freebie. We are only strengthening the hands of people who are already skilled and doing stuff. But if a fisherman's child wants to go to school, we have ensured there is school. We've ensured there is school from 5th to 12th completely free by the government. And in many cases, most of these 1,000 schools that we started, we have upgraded them into degree colleges. And unfortunately, there are many things that opposition doesn't tell you. But we are probably the only state where we understand that discrimination of caste till date exists. So we have created 33, all 33 districts headquarters, 33 SC and ST degree colleges for women. Because these girls, when they finished their 12th, they were not getting rooms in some of the district headquarters. So we said, no, let us build hostels for them. Then same thing we did for the BCs as well. So from KG to PG, our dream of giving free education, that is slowly but surely coming true. So this is our vision for Telangana. Nobody can match this vision. So it is not freebie. It is a vision of development. It is a vision of growth. And it is only for the future generations that kids understand, their parents understand. So that is why we're coming back to power.
Kavitha, tell us something about your father. He has been an enigma for us. Even as a press person, even when he was in Delhi and central minister, that interaction was not happening.
Yes.
He has always been an enigma.
Yes.
Tell us about him. What kind of a person he is? Are you scared of him as your father? How is he at home?
As you rightly said, he's an enigma, and his strength is in his silence. And he works very, very, very calmly. He works towards what he wants. And what he wants is Telangana and its development. And that he's been relentlessly working. Now he's increased his footprint. He wants to work for the nation. And I'm telling you, every minute KCR doesn't speak, he still is working. And every minute KCR speaks, also is working. That is why people can't understand him. But that, I believe, for me as a personal fan to KCR, not as a daughter, not as a party worker, that is the biggest strength of any politician.
Is he a tough father?
Oh my God, he's a very, very tough father. He's made us learn everything from childhood, as in to iron my own clothes, to filling up water bottles at home, to going out to get milk packets at 5 a.m. in the morning. I had to do it all, despite having a lot of help at home.
You
He said,
becoming a software engineer, was it his choice, your choice?
No, I wanted to go into electronics. He said computers is the next big thing that is going to come up, so you should learn that. So very slight shift, but then I became a computer science engineer. That's because of him.
And how has been your journey from being a software engineer to becoming a full-fledged politician?
Not very easy, I must say. But then it was the Telangana movement which literally inspired all of us to, give away a lot of comforts that you get at home as a business person or a software professional, and work for the society. So when we started working for the Telangana movement, we had no idea if the state was going to happen, if any of this would ever become a reality. But yet we said, father believes in this, he's a leader. If he's able to touch so many lakhs of lives, then I should work for him too. That was the only reason. That was the only inspiration. We just blindly started working. We never knew when the state was going to be formed. Because till then, we've only seen failed efforts, not successful ones. The three states which were given by the BJP government, if you see, two of them, there were not even much of the demand anyway. They directly gave, I think, out of political whatever, except Jharkhand, where Shibu Sorenji was fighting for it for over 5 decades. Excepting that, rest of them was just like that formed for I don't know what understanding of BJP at that point of time. So when we started this movement, when we started working for the movement, I personally did not work for the party from the beginning. I floated my own organization called Jagruti, through which we took the women's reservation bill, and constantly was working as a separate entity altogether. But just inspired by him to work for the society, that's all.
So your father, you yourself, your brother, everybody in politics. How
Yes.
often do you gather? When you have the family gathering?
Very rarely, but we do gather, and when we gather, all we talk about is kids, nothing more. So kids take up the major part of the conversation. But if it is work, then we address him as sir, and we are just as formal as anybody else
Oh, you
is.
address your father as sir.
Yes, we should.
Okay, and do you get calls from sir? How come you have spoken this? How come you have done this? Do you get
I'm
responded
usually
from
very
this?
careful, but once or twice you get a tough feedback from the boss, and you have to accept it.
Let me come to this allegation by the Prime Minister and all of the BJP people about this dynasty politics here.
Huh.
About your family is being constantly targeted by the opposition over this. How do you defend that?
We don't have to defend it. It is a fact. It is in front of the people. When people want to elect us, they will elect. Otherwise, no. It is the trap that opposition is falling into, calling us a family, because we are a family of Telangana. We fought for the state. Uh, we didn't have it easy. We didn't. Nobody believed in what my leader, my father, believed in at that point of time. We believed in it. We jumped in, giving away a lot of things that we could have done at that point of time. But no, we trusted his judgment. We believed that there was injustice done to the people of Telangana. We fought with them so that they understand. Now, but when BJP tries to brand us as a family politics, who is Scindia? You tell me. Isn't Scindia's whole family, Scindiaji's whole family there in BJP for generations? And isn't that why he's taken back? Or so many families. Who is their Andhra Pradesh BJP leader? Yeah, she's NTR's daughter. Why did you take her, Purandishwari ji? She was in Congress. And what about Amit Shah's family? What about Rajnath Singh ji's family? What about so many tall leaders? You tell me, what is their situation right now in BJP or in various states? Why are they given seats? Why are they given prominence? अब तुम करे तो अच्छा, बाकी करेंगे तो अच्छा नहीं है. That doesn't make sense to the people in general. Having said that, in Telangana, ours is a different case. We, all of us, at different point of time, joined in the movement. We worked for the movement, and automatically we came into politics, and we will continue to be in politics. See, I, as a CM's daughter, lost an election. So that shows the power of the people. So if they don't want to elect you, they'll not elect you. Simple as that. But just because you are from a family, not me not having a choice whether I can continue in politics or not, that's not a correct argument. I don't believe in it.
So there is intense speculation about a possible succession plan being rolled out after the assembly elections. Is it going to happen?
Well, this is really not a monarchy, DKG. It won't. There won't be any succession.
In the sense that the CM actually goes to the center and plays bigger, larger national role. What he has been working on non-Congress, non-BJP federal front. So maybe he's getting into that kind of a role and having a successor here.
No. What I mean, DKG, is a political situation every minute is going to change. Today we have the state elections. We will comfortably come back to power here. Then we have the national elections. We don't know what is going to happen after that. Then, if there is any decisions made by the party, as I said, my father, my leader, is a very, very outspoken person. He'll tell the whole world what he wants to do, and then he'll do. But there are also speculations about many, many people. Like yesterday, I read a news which was really interesting. I was thinking about the same thing. Naveen Patnaik ji not announcing his successor, and they wrote about Mr. Pandian being named as the next successor. So I don't think it is how it works in parties, it changes, it is very dynamic. So depends on what is the then political scenario, parties make a decision. Right now, I don't hear or see anything like that in my party happening. Our CM candidate is Mr. KCR. We will come back to power, and KCR Garu will be the next CM. That much I know for now.
And whenever there is successor, as it happens in India, it's always the son.
I have no idea. As I said, there is no concept of successor as of now. And then if it comes to a son or a daughter, then I believe when positions like that, CM, PM, MP, MLA, everybody becomes gender neutral, don't you think? They have to work
Look
very
at all the
hard.
political parties. If whenever they have a choice, it's always the son.
Well, I don't really agree to that. Whoever works hard, whoever can, claim their stake in any given situation. There are many examples that you and I could talk about. But
Just to make things clear, I'm not trying to pit you against KTR.
no, 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 no.
Asking
No, you
this
couldn't
question.
even if you wanted to. You couldn't even if you wanted to, because he's a senior MLA. He's joined the party much earlier than I did. I just won the election once and then lost an election. But then party did give me a good place. They made me an MLC. They gave me a protocol. They gave me a respect. So it's not that party doesn't take care of everybody. We do. Every person who loses an election in the party, somehow or the other, we try to accommodate. So larger purpose is not one person getting elected, one person becoming the CM, but larger purpose is to continue the track record of the party. And to match my father's track record, it's not going to be easy for anybody. So we have to really, all of us have to work very hard.
On that note, Kavitha, thank you very much for
Thank
spending
you.
time for us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.